welcome to another episode of A Drummer's Guide to You. So this week's question is from Alejandro Alevara. Sorry, I paused because I tried to remember his name as best as I could. I know I've probably murdered your surname, Alejandro. I apologise. But this question is kind of meta, and that really drew me to it because I love things like that. This is the most bizarre thing to talk about, but I love it. Alejandro is asking me, how do you talk to a camera? I love it. It's meta. So, obviously I do a lot of these videos. And I have learnt how to talk to a camera. It's the weirdest thing to learn how to do and to use as a skill, if you want to call it that. I'm not sure you want to call it that. But anyway, I just thought, let me just share what sort of I've been through, because I have not been great at this for a very long time. Watch old videos of mine, you'll see exactly what I mean. Lots of ums and I still do some of that. But I kind of am like, and I'll get into why in a minute. So, the first thing that he was asking about is how to be authentic when you're talking on camera. Authentic is such a funny word. I love it because I think being authentic is brilliant. But the very thing of saying how can you be authentic in itself makes me cringe a little bit, because by asking it makes it inauthentic, if that makes sense. I'm not sure it does, but in my head, anytime someone says, right, I'm going to talk about being authentic, it's like, oh, surely that means you're not being authentic because you're talking about it. I don't understand. Okay, let's just talk about being yourself, because that is pretty much all that I do. I ramble on. I'm not a perfect person. I have many flaws in the way that I speak, in the lack of words that I use that are correct, in using words that are definitely not the right words. Oh, that was it. I keep talking about a round robin email. This is like, I've been talking about this for months. And the other day, my husband just went, you do know that when you're talking about a round robin email, you're actually, what you actually mean is what did he say? Like a newsletter is what I mean. Like what did he call it? A blast? I can't remember. Like a blast email? Something where you email everyone, all the people on your list. He said, yeah, a round robin is that. Do you remember when you used to get emails where it was like, send this email on to 20 people, whatever. That's a round robin. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been saying round robin for ages and people are just going to think I'm an idiot. And he was like, look, don't worry about it. People know what you mean. So this is what I mean. I am perfect. I say silly things and you know, but I am who I am. No, I am who I am. And I think being able to lean into your the not so perfect parts of you are actually the things that people connect with the most, because I'd hate to sit here and chat and be all perfect and say exactly the right thing in the right way and because I don't know. If I was sat there watching a video like that, I'd feel alienated. I'd feel stupid. I'd feel like, I don't know, but that's just me. And I just don't ever want to seem like that and like stuck up or something like that, because I'm not. I'm an idiot. I'm basically an idiot. So that's the first thing I'd say, is just lean into exactly who you are, exactly what your experience is in this life up until the moment that you're videoing your video, because there's a number of reasons. I mean, the number one thing, and I remember hearing this, I can't remember where I heard it, and I wish I had so that I could credit whoever said this, but what you have to realise is that, you know, me talking about stuff, that's one thing. Let's put that to one side. Let's say you're going to do a video on a subject that I've covered, exactly the same subject, maybe it's this one. Someone watching my video versus someone watching your video, they may connect with your video more because, and this is where this quote comes in, and by quote I mean roughly remembered gist of what someone said. Someone needs to hear what you have to say in the way that you say it. How awesome is that? Oh, who said that? So good. So true. It's not about conveying perfect information. It's about sharing experience. And if you can have someone on the other side of your camera, online, whatever, in front of their screen going, I can relate to that. That's everything. It's about connection. Like, that's literally it. So I think leaning into exactly who you are and what you are will help with that. So you've got to really sort of like get comfortable with that. The other thing to get comfortable with is physically talking to a camera. I mean, right now I'm staring straight down the lens, which feels weird at first. It's very strange. But the way that I see it is I pretend like I'm talking to a friend. I mean, today it's really easy when it's people that have asked questions because, Alejandro, I'm talking to you and whoever else is watching this right now. But if it's not, you know, talking to someone, I'll pretend it's a friend that I'm talking to. I'll pretend that it's my younger self. Although when I do that, I tend to be a little more... what's the word? I tend to tell myself off a little bit when I'm talking to my younger self. So I like to talk to other people because I think I'm a bit kinder, but that probably says a lot about my psyche. It's probably something for a therapist to mull over, not you. So apologies. But yeah, I think if you can find a way to feel like you're just talking to a mate, rather than trying to, you know, project this perfect presentation. It's not about that. It's about chat. Like, unless you want to do that. That's the other thing. Maybe you do want to be like this perfect, giving this perfect presentation. But to me, there's a lot more value that comes from feeling like someone's chatting to you as a mate. They're the videos that I always connect with. I always remember seeing videos when I was younger and I was like, that's really cool because you just feel like they're just talking to you and this is about you and them in that moment. You know, I'm a person that loves one-to-one conversation. That's my favourite. Conversations in groups scare me a little bit, but one-to-one I feel like you can really get to the depth of someone and what they are about and who they are and, you know, what drives them, and it fascinates me. So one-on-one, absolutely my thing. So to me, this is me talking to you right now, and I hope that you sort of feel the same way in that weird kind of internet strange way, but that's kind of like how I feel. So the other thing that I'd say is that another big factor is just doing it a lot. Like I said before, if you've seen any of my old videos when I hadn't done a lot of these, they're a lot more, I don't know, they're a lot less comfortable. I was a lot less comfortable with myself, what I was trying to say, how I was just very aware of how I was trying to say things, and I've kind of given up on that, to be honest. I'm kind of like, well, I'm just going to say things, see what comes out of my mouth and worry about it later. So, but it seems to work, and people, like I say, people seem to connect with that, and that's really useful because I couldn't do it any other way. So I'd say just do it a lot. And I know that the hardest part when it comes to talking to camera, releasing things, is the releasing things bit, because I would labour over it. I would be like, you know, this isn't good enough, this isn't perfect, I can't let this go. And what I discovered was, rather than asking myself, is this video good? I'll let you into a secret. I don't think any of my videos are good. Not one. Bar none, literally. I don't think they're good. But what I ask myself after every single time that I film, before I edit, before anything, is it good enough? And what does that mean? That means it ain't perfect. It's never perfect. Is it good enough? Okay, does it give good information? If the answer is yes, awesome. Next question. And this is the slightly sort of like grey area bit, does it give information in a concise manner? Sometimes not so much, but if the information is good enough, then I can sidestep the concise bit because it's not my forte. Let's face it, I'm sat here rambling at you. But the point is that as long as the answer to that first question, is it good enough? Does it give good information? If the answer is yes, it's getting released. And there are going to be bits in it that I'm like, oh God, Emily, that was awful, or that you just sound so stupid, or how ridiculous, or you forgot that word, or you said something wrong, or whatever. It's like, okay, yeah, but is it good enough? Yes. Okay, let it out there. Who cares? It's fine. And at the end of the day, your level of good enough just raises the more that you do something. It's like anything. The more you do it, the better you get at it. It's just how it works. So I'd say, Alejandro, just get some stuff out there, start doing it, release stuff, just get better. Don't dwell on it. Sort of release it, on to the next. Release one, on to the next. That's literally what I do. And it works. And as long as it's good enough, then if it's good enough for you, then it'll be good enough for everyone else. So yeah, it just takes that first bit of bravery, I think, and just truly going, right, I'm just going to be exactly what I am, because it's all you can be. So there we go. Anyway, Alejandro, I hope that this has helped you in some way. If anyone watching has a question that they'd like me to answer or ramble on a subject about, then please do leave them in the comments or hit me up on any social media. Anywhere at emilydrums.com. Anywhere at Emily Drums is where you can find me, or search for Emily Donald Davis. You'll find me. I'm everywhere. I apologise. But anyway, I hope you're well wherever you are, wherever you're up to. I hope you're healthy, well and safe. And I will see you next week for another subject. I have no idea what it's about yet. But I'll see you then. All right, lots of love. Bye, guys.